Satu kehidupan kecil yang sudah di ujung tanduk.
Gue gak ngira akan berakhir kayak gini tuh.
Apa yang gue lakuin sekarang ya harusnya gue lakuin dari dulu.
Berani banget lo ngomong kayak gitu. Mending lo siap-siap sekarang.
Kita nggak pernah tahu di mana posisi kita akhir. Semua berakhir sekarang.
The Night Comes for Us is an Indonesian action thriller that has taken the action genre to entirely new levels, showcasing a brutal, high-octane blend of martial arts and relentless violence that leaves audiences both shocked and exhilarated. Directed by Timo Tjahjanto, the film is a remarkable example of how Indonesian cinema has been pushing boundaries in action filmmaking, especially with its mastery of choreography, fight sequences, and storytelling. From its very first scene, the film establishes a world steeped in danger, betrayal, and loyalty, setting the tone for an unforgettable cinematic experience. What makes this movie so gripping is its uncompromising approach to action. The fights are visceral, fast-paced, and meticulously choreographed, with each sequence feeling grounded, intense, and incredibly realistic. The plot revolves around Dito, a highly skilled enforcer for a powerful crime syndicate who suddenly finds himself on the run after an act of conscience. He spares a young girl named Reina during a massacre, defying his orders and directly challenging the organization he has served for years. This singular act sets off a chain reaction of chaos, as Iru becomes the target of both his former allies and rival factions, and a relentless pursuit ensues. The film explores the tension between loyalty to one's family or organization and the moral choices that define an individual, creating a narrative that goes beyond pure action. It's not just about fights and bloodshed. The story delves into themes of redemption, the cost of violence, and the struggle for survival in a world where trust is scarce and betrayal lurks at every corner. The cast of The Night Comes for Us is a powerhouse of talent, particularly in action performance. Iko Uwais, who plays Ito, is internationally acclaimed for his work in the Raid films, and he brings the same extraordinary martial arts prowess here. Willis delivers a performance that is not only physically demanding, but emotionally charged, showing Itu as a man torn between his past and his conscience. Joe Taslim, another veteran of Indonesian action cinema, plays Aryan, a former friend turned pursuer, creating a compelling antagonist whose motivations are complex and personal. The chemistry and tension between these two leads elevate the film, making every confrontation feel personal, dangerous, and unpredictable. Other notable cast members include Julie Estelle, who portrays Reina with a mix of innocence and resilience, adding depth to the narrative by showing how innocence and hope persist even in the darkest circumstances. The ensemble cast complements the lead performances, each character adding layers to the story's web of crime, loyalty, and moral ambiguity. What truly distinguishes this film is its approach to action design. Every fight sequence is crafted with meticulous attention to detail, blending hand-to-hand combat, weapons, and environmental interaction in a way that is both exhilarating and horrifyingly realistic. The choreography is brutal yet fluid, showcasing a mix of pencak silat, the traditional Indonesian martial art, and cinematic stylization that keeps viewers on the edge of their seats. Unlike many action films where CGI and editing soften the impact, The Night Comes for Us embraces the rawness of physical combat, making each hit, stab, and blow feel weighty and consequential. This commitment to realism extends beyond individual fights, influencing how tension and pacing are handled throughout the film. Scenes are often long, continuous takes that immerse the audience fully into the chaos, enhancing both suspense and engagement. The cinematography and visual storytelling also play a crucial role in shaping the film's tone. The use of dimly lit interiors, neon-soaked cityscapes, and claustrophobic spaces creates a sense of dread and intensity that mirrors the narrative stakes. Every frame feels deliberate, whether it's a quiet moment of reflection for Ito or an explosive, blood-soaked fight scene. The editing balances these elements masterfully, alternating between slow, tension-building sequences and rapid, frenetic bursts of violence to maintain narrative momentum. The score, composed to complement the action, heightens emotional impact and accentuates the rhythm of fights, making the audience feel each strike almost physically. Combined, these elements create a cinematic experience that is immersive, relentless, and emotionally resonant. Released on Netflix, The Night Comes for Us quickly became known for its unflinching depiction of violence, earning both acclaim and controversy. While some viewers were shocked by the sheer intensity and graphic nature of its combat sequences, many critics and fans praised it for redefining action cinema and pushing the limits of what is possible on screen. Its reception highlighted a growing appreciation for international action films that combine traditional martial arts expertise with modern storytelling techniques, bridging cultural cinema with global audiences. The movie's release also sparked conversations about censorship, artistic freedom, and the evolving landscape of action filmmaking, showing that high-impact storytelling doesn't need to compromise authenticity or intensity. The narrative structure of the film is relatively straightforward, but its power comes from the depth of its characters and the stakes of their choices. Tu's journey is both physical and moral. He must navigate relentless attackers while reconciling with the consequences of sparing Reina. The film examines how a single act of defiance against a powerful system can ripple into chaos, creating tension not only through action, but through human emotion and ethical conflict. Subplots involving rival syndicates, old friendships turn sour, and the survival of innocent lives add layers of complexity, ensuring that the audience is invested not only in the fights, but in the outcomes for the characters themselves. Every decision feels weighty, and every encounter has consequences, grounding the over-the-top action in a believable and emotionally charged world. Julie Estelle's performance as Reina deserves special attention, as her character is pivotal in humanizing the story. While the film's focus is on relentless action, her presence introduces stakes beyond mere survival. Reina symbolizes innocence and hope amidst brutality, and her interactions with Itu provide emotional resonance, showing that even in a world dominated by violence, human connection and moral choices endure. The dynamic between Reina and Ito evolves organically, providing quiet moments of reflection that contrast sharply with the surrounding chaos. This balance between intense action and emotional depth is one of the reasons the film resonates with viewers, offering more than just spectacle. It delivers a story with heart. Another fascinating aspect of The Night Comes for Us is its treatment of loyalty and betrayal. Many of the characters operate in gray moral zones, and alliances shift rapidly depending on survival, ambition, and personal code. Aryan, as a former ally turned antagonist, embodies this tension perfectly. His pursuit of Ito is not merely professional, but deeply personal, rooted in shared history and conflicting ethics. This complexity elevates the action sequences, as every confrontation carries emotional weight beyond physical stakes. The film doesn't rely on clear-cut heroes and villains. Instead, it immerses the audience in a morally ambiguous world where every choice has repercussions, and survival often demands morally compromising actions. The director, Timo Tejantho, demonstrates a remarkable understanding of pacing, tension, and visual storytelling. He balances extended fight sequences with moments of narrative and character development, ensuring that the action never feels gratuitous, but always serves the story. Janto's signature style combining horror-influenced intensity with martial arts choreography creates a distinctive aesthetic that sets the film apart from typical action movies. The practical effects, attention to physicality, and commitment to authentic combat sequences showcase a dedication to craft that is rarely seen in mainstream action films. Fans of martial arts cinema recognize his work as both a continuation and an evolution of the genre, paying homage to traditional elements while pushing boundaries in scope, intensity, and cinematic ambition.
The fight scenes deserve a more detailed look, as they are among the most talked about aspects of the film.
From crowded stairwells to narrow alleyways, every location becomes a stage for meticulously orchestrated violence. Weapons, improvised tools, and bare hands are all utilized creatively, showing the versatility and adaptability of the characters. The choreography emphasizes flow, precision, and impact, making each sequence distinct and memorable. The final confrontations are particularly noteworthy, combining physical spectacle with narrative culmination, where the characters' personal stakes are inseparable from the action itself. This integration of storytelling and combat distinguishes The Night Comes for Us as a benchmark in modern action cinema. The movie's reception internationally is a testament to its universal appeal. While deeply rooted in Indonesian culture and martial arts traditions, the themes of loyalty, survival, and moral conflict resonate globally. It has attracted praise from critics and fans alike for its relentless energy, innovative choreography, and emotional resonance. The film has been cited as a must-watch for action enthusiasts, martial arts fans, and anyone interested in cinema that challenges conventional boundaries. Its influence has inspired discussions about how action cinema can be both visceral and narratively engaging, and how filmmakers can push cultural and stylistic norms to deliver something truly original. In addition to its entertainment value, the film stands out for its technical achievements. Cinematography, lighting, sound design, and editing are all crafted to enhance the visceral impact of the story. Long takes, dynamic camera movements, and precise framing allow the audience to experience the fights in real time, heightening tension and engagement. The sound design amplifies each hit and movement, making every fight feel tangible and dangerous. These elements combine to create an experience that is immersive and unforgettable, allowing viewers to feel as if they are inside the action rather than merely watching it unfold on screen. Ultimately, The Night Comes for Us is a landmark in modern action cinema. It seamlessly blends high-intensity martial arts sequences with a morally complex story, offering both adrenaline and emotional engagement. The performances of Iko Uwais, Joe Taslim, and Julie Estelle, combined with Timothy Janto's visionary direction, create a film that is both a technical marvel and a deeply engaging narrative. Its willingness to embrace brutal realism, explore ethical dilemmas, and push cinematic boundaries makes it a defining example of how action films can evolve beyond spectacle to deliver true storytelling power. Fans of the genre, as well as newcomers to martial arts cinema, will find themselves drawn into a relentless, gripping, and unforgettable cinematic experience that lingers long after the credits roll. From its release, The Night Comes for Us has proven that international action cinema can achieve global acclaim, balancing authenticity, innovation, and narrative depth. It's not just a film about fighting, it's a story about choices, consequences, and humanity in the face of violence. The movie challenges audiences to consider the price of morality in a world dominated by survival instincts, making every fight meaningful and every character's journey resonant. Its legacy continues to influence filmmakers, martial artists, and audiences, setting a high standard for what action cinema can achieve in terms of storytelling, choreography, and emotional engagement. Watching this film is an immersive experience that combines fear, excitement, and empathy, proving that action films can be both thrilling and thought-provoking. The Night Comes for Us remains a must-watch for anyone interested in action cinema, martial arts mastery, and stories of moral complexity. It stands as a testament to the power of international filmmaking, the artistry of choreography, and the enduring appeal of a story that challenges both its characters and its audience. Its combination of visceral action, compelling characters, and moral tension ensures that it will be remembered as a defining work in the genre, inspiring discussion, admiration, and awe from viewers around the world. The film's impact, both technically and narratively, cements its place as a modern action classic, demonstrating that cinema can be both brutally entertaining and emotionally meaningful, a rare combination that elevates The Night Comes for Us above typical action fare.